Hello and welcome back to OtakuDaiKun. It's time for more Fate Grand Order, Ordeal Call 1. We are gonna finish it today. Yep, and then I can get started working on the Fancy Schmancy lore video. I always have to go through and record the cutscenes. That kind of is a pain in the ass each time, but it's worth it. How you guys doing today? Ready to finish it? Ready to face Kali? Yeah. I'm doing fantastic. Yep. So let me see here. Where did we leave off? We kind of realized that this whole Holy Grail War taking place inside the Paper Moon was mega fishy and suspicious. You know, we're all fighting. Typically, everyone fights in a Grail War to get their dreams or their wishes granted by the Grail, but how often does that fucking happen? Like, almost never. So, we got another one of those situations here. We find out the absolute truth, which is somehow the Paper Moon got its hands on a Holy Grail. Not sure how that makes sense, but I've never understood where all these Grails come from 90% of the time anymore. But yes, that got a Grail. And then its central governing AI, who takes the physical form of Ronnie, the homunculus from the Atlas organization, which makes sense because Atlas is responsible for making the Paper Moon. But she decided, you know what? Chaldea has a lot of enemies to fight in their journey, and they're not strong enough yet. It's a very common thing for Atlas alchemists to essentially predict the end of the world and try to devise ways to prevent it. But they all have their own different predictions, and they all come up with different ways to stop it. And so now the Paper Moon is acting just like that. And it's like, okay, so I don't want Chaldea to lose. I want to protect the world, so we need to give Chaldea more fighting power. And this Ronnie AI figures out a very clever, yet bizarre way of trying to, like, mass-produce servants. Theoretically, an alter ego servant is one aspect of a servant that is allowed to manifest as its own entity, essentially. So that would be like BB, Passionlip, Meltralis, that kind of deal. Each of those are an aspect of BB, filled with some other stuff, sure, but it's allowed to be its own individual servant at that point. So she's like, how many times can we extract individual parts of a servant's personality and let that become its own independent character, its own independent unit? Take it easy, Kengo. That's terrible. I'm so sad. Have you seen a dentist about it? Because toothaches that hurt that bad, maybe you need, like, a pulling or a filling or who knows what. But yeah, so the idea is this Holy Grail War has been this whole time just a means of figuring out the best alter egos, the ones most stable and capable. And then the idea is that she's going to keep repeating the cycle over and over and over again, taking servants and then, like, distilling individual aspects of their personalities into separate alter egos. And she can make as many of these as she wants, presumably. And we're kind of standing up against her because, for one, it's a lie. We're not here to, like, grant any of the participants' wishes. It's a whole sham there. But then also the danger of trying to do this is how much can you whittle down a servant's individual aspects without the servant itself suffering from it? You know, how much can you make a whole servant out of just the tiniest little bit of an existing servant is pretty brutal, I guess. And Ronnie's like, well, we're just going to find out, won't we? What happens to them if we keep... What we're doing is like a centrifuge, spinning them up, and then getting their various little layers of individuality and taking those and making them individual servants. But yeah, so that's crazy. Well, each of the Hassans is a different dude. But yeah, you would think getting all the others would help. But, and in that case, all those Hassans still counted as a single servant. And they were collectively as powerful as a single servant. And yeah, if a servant already has, like, multiple personalities, it makes them more compatible with this process, it appears, but it doesn't seem like that stopped her from doing it to anyone else, she feels like. But, her own servant in this whole endeavor was, Durga, the goddess Durga. And it turns out, as she's been fighting us and helping out Rani, who reveals herself to be the Dust of Osiris, which is a reference back to Melty Blood. We'll see how relevant that is, or how deep the connection goes. But still, after amassing all the power in this whole Paper Moon Singularity thing, Durga decided to betray Rani, and is now transcended into Kali, the form, the demonic form that she births from her anger. Because Durga in legend was a Hindu god designed to fight off a bunch of demons that the other gods could not defeat. So they kind of created a super weapon in the form of Durga, a goddess. And in legend, she gave birth to Kali from her anger. And so now we are facing Kali, basically, because Durga, given a second chance at life or whatever, is using her servant abilities to try and reunite with her husband, Shiva. And so she's really pissed off, and now we have to fight her, and yep. That and Rani, when she became Dust of Osiris, got like 10 times hotter. Or at least dressed 10 times hotter. But yeah, that's what's going on, and I think we're ready to begin. Bunk. Bunk. Well, we got like 15, 16, 17 in terms of nodes, but someone said that there's a really long battle in one of these things. So we'll find out. Also, I'm going to have to start getting into Honkai Star Rail. Turns out, in order to participate in the new Fate Grand Order collaboration, Fate Stay Night collaboration, you have to at least be through the first 2 chapters of the game, the first 2 planets. The last node has the big fight. Kali! Oh, shiznit! Great. As if things weren't bad enough. So now you've got Durga, but even more violent. Hello! In that form, she's a murderous fiend who's lost any semblance of sanity, or her ostensible divine duties. We're talking about someone whose favorite party trick is tearing a demon god open and chugging all its blood at once. I mean... Ah! Ha! Lancer! The smell. It's demon blood. And so, how does... What exactly was Bhima's connection to Kali again? He's got, like... Was he, like, a demigod child of Kali? Or something like that? Well, wasn't Durga... Wait... Did Durga have a connection to Parvati? Wasn't that the whole point? And that's why it's a Sakura face? What if the blood touches the ground? What, do they just get reborn or some shit? Ah, back off! Stay away from me! I know, but... Parvati had a connection to one of these gods, right? Ugh. Damn, you didn't stand a chance, buddy. Berserker! Good, good. Blood, blood! Okay, that's a pain in the ass. And now I dance. I dance with glee at the sight of my enemy's blood, and my arms and legs will follow suit. Hear me, hear me. Let my wish be heard loud and clear. Okay, yeah, Durga is a violent aspect of Parvati, so that's how the Sakura face gets in there, is my logic. The game said it, I just forgot. Her stomping is shaking the ground. The flight emote. Whoa. Whoa. This music's cool, too. Nice and creepy. We get a Kali dance. Stompity stomp stomp, we're all gonna die. Huh. Oh boy. You finished it? Yeah. I took a break to hang out with my wife because she is now on her journey to our new... the state we're gonna be in. Unfortunately, we don't have a house to be in yet, so she's gonna be staying in a single apartment with her new job until we secure a new home. And, yeah, that's how it be. So until that's the case, basically until we sell our existing house, we'll kind of be a bit separated. But we'll do lots of fun phone calls and streams and stuff between the two of us. Is she... Oh no! Kali, are you truly attempting to call Shiva here? Of course! That's the whole reason I exist! Please, tell me how you plan to do it. I only hope you're not using the method I think you are. I will destroy the world, and then Shiva will appear beneath my feet. Yeah, that's what I was afraid of. Oh, so we're doing that story, huh? After Kali killed the demon gods, she was so excited about her victory that she began to dance. But her dancing was so violent that it threatened to destroy the world. The gods didn't quite know what to do about that. No, I do not live in Europe. It's America. For better or worse. It was only when Shiva stepped in and laid down at her feet to cushion the blows that Kali finally returned to her senses. God, all these mythological stories are crazy. So you mean to recreate that myth here, using reverse causality as a means to summon Shiva? Because if Kali is performing a world-ending dance, then it follows that Shiva must be there to stop it. This paper moon world might be virtual, but it's still a world. Conceptually, I guess it doesn't matter if it's real or not. You're going to destroy this world? The whole world? Please stop! If you do that, everyone here will die! Why would I stop? I will never stop until Shiva arrives. That is the whole point of this dance. Right. Her godly nature is driving her to act this way, based on the same underlying principles that gives myths their strengths. Gives myths their strength. There we go. Besides, this world will end sooner or later, even without my help. It's only a matter of time. Yeah, there's our Smexy Dust of Osiris Rani. Not sure why this particular version's Rani the 12th versus the other one's Rani the 8th, but I'm not complaining here. This is bad. Creating a magical energy connection between herself and Kali was a foolish miscalculation. It means she's being made to endure the brunt of this entire process. And if it's and it is much too great a load for any one entity to handle on their own. It is as though a computer process had gone haywire and begun consuming every available resource. Data leak! If something is not done, she could even suffer a meltdown if she's unable to keep with her sheer strain. What's wrong with that? We were going to defeat her eventually, right? Yes, but there is an order to these kinds of things. Having the central governing AI suddenly break or disappear would almost certainly cause a fatal error. It would be like using a computer and having its kernel suddenly be deleted. Yes, our goal is to completely shut down the AI Holy Grail War system. But the best way to do that safely is to use the central governing AI's admin privileges. Conversely, if we're unable to shut down the AI Holy Grail War that way, there's a chance of the system going haywire, leaving us unable to return to our world. Then we gotta save her somehow. How could I have made such a terrible miscalculation? I can't believe my own world now faces destruction. Her admin privileges will be crucial to our returning home. I will figure something out. And how are you going to do that? By connecting my ether light to her nervous system. I will then hack into her base programming and rewrite her code to give us a chance. But isn't that dangerous? Yes, it is. In many ways, it will be like trying to defuse a bomb embedded in the circuits of a runaway vehicle. Dangerous or not, it must be done if we're to return to the outside world. It looks like we're just gonna have to trust each other. I want you to trust that I will save the Dust of Osiris. And in the meantime, I will trust that you two will find a way to defeat Kali. Speed reference? Yeah. Keanu. I have faith that you two can pull that off. Do you have faith in me? Of course I do. You're the most nerdy person I've ever met. Friends? Yes, that's right. I admit it. That word is the reason I went down this road. Admiration, respect, surprise, goodwill, a bit of hesitation, and a tinge of regret. It is that very mixture of emotions which drove Sion Eltnam Sikaris to leave the Atlas Institute. And yet, none of that would have occurred to me while I was still young and immature. I see. So that's why I look like this. My younger self would never have gone to Chaldea. I knew the answer, but I was still hesitant about it. It's embarrassing to admit this. But it also makes me happy to know I harbored such an alter ego within myself. Sion? Never mind, it's no big deal. I just finally got the answer to a question I had been wrestling with. But right now, I have a job to do here, and I'm going to do it. This may not be the dream this version of me had, but I cannot complain about becoming what I wanted to be. I will also give you the thing I told you about on the way here. It is already tuned and ready to go. But please be careful. As I said before, whatever you do not overuse it. We haven't even started the fight yet, Tome. But we'll get there. Alright, here goes nothing. Once again, I am trusting you two to handle Kali. Easier said than done. That's great and all, but how the hell are we supposed to do that? I don't know, but we have to find a way. Damn right we do. As far as I'm concerned, Kali is basically Parvati gone berserk. And I just will not let that damn goddess get in the way of my plan. So I'm going to do the best I can and have you, what was I going to get from you again? You mean the head pads? Well, anyway, that's how it is. Right now, the only way you and I are gonna have the kind of future I want is if we defeat the bad guy with Parvati's face over there. That being said, it's going to be pretty tough to pull that off alone. Realistically speaking, the best we can hope for right now, yeah, we fought many Sakuras in our time, is to buy enough time for Vayu Jr. and that braggart of a berserker to get back on their feet. Assuming they can both do that, of course. Alright, Master. I'm counting on you to back me up. I will. Good luck. Oh, good. Now that I've gotten a better whiff of you, I see you're a demon too. Then we shall fight, for I am a goddess who slaughters demons. And at the end of my victory, my dance and destruction shall shake the land itself and call my husband to me. Why is she dancing for Valentine's Day? It's like, by the way, I have my own husband. I am Shiva's Shakti. I am the fury born from anger. I, the goddess of destruction, shall dance atop the bloody flesh of all demons who cross my path. Okay. Okay. Oh, it's one of those fights, eh? Alright. There's nothing I can do. We gotta buy some time. It'll be a 6-turn survival, and you only get Kama. Ugh. This sounds like it's gonna be tricky. Alright, well, let's see here. Increasing maximum HP. We probably don't want to lower our HP then. That would kind of defeat the point. Put the guts on just to be safe. I don't think there's any reason keeping it around. Alright. I think the alter egos do extra damage to assassins. Great. Well, no, it's the opposite. Because we're resistant somehow. Which is good. At least there's something in our favor. I want you to ascend one more time, Kama. Durga is Super Saiyan Parvati. Kali is Broly form of Parvati. Kama skill 3, make her effective against alter ego. Oh! Well, ooh, shit. 6 turns of this? I don't like the sound of that. Yeah, I did jack shit. Alright, I thought skill 1 was gonna lower her health. Oh, it's a demerit to herself, but if you use it on herself, there's a net benefit. Gotcha. Gotcha. Wait, no. Where does that come from? Where does it say? Oh, restore HP. Gotcha. Alright, that might help me survive a turn. I wonder what makes this upcoming fight like 15 minutes or something, someone said. Sounds kind of hardcore. Then again, I don't really time my average fights, so I'm sure I've done fights that long before. Pray for charm. Can you charm her? She's supposed to have a husband. Why am I charming her? Well, at the very least, I have guts. And we get to see their noble phantasm. This is pretty cool. Dude, that's pretty epic. Of course that would kill me, but you still get attacks. Oh, no, good. Thank God. I did charm her? Huh. Okay, whatever. That must have been that one turn then. Yeah, if you don't charm her at least once. I don't know if that's a battle you can win then. Interesting. Whoa. Is this what happens when she stomps? Ah, it's all over. I observed the world's destruction. I calculated a way to avoid it. I made a plan, put it into action, and it still wasn't enough. My calculations were mistaken. Finally. No, it can't always go according to your calculations. Back when I was still a formless being, my only job was to protect this tiny paper moon world. I was nothing more than a little program with the duty, ability, and drive to govern that world. But then, at some point, a distortion no one noticed appeared nearby. A little tiny crack in the wall. A distortion in the great summoning system the humans were so innately familiar with. And in the even greater current to which that system is connected. And like a magnet moving iron sand inside a paper box. That distortion had an effect on me, too. What is that distortion? The next thing I knew, I'd been cut off and found myself here. I think this version of me is the one who felt she had to save this world. Another self, hidden within me as I managed this world. A me who wasn't interested in enduring, repairing, negotiating with, or ignoring the impending threat. But who felt she had to take proactive measures to fight, to save the world. Then I, had another thought. Is this world the only one I need to protect? I couldn't stop thinking about the question, so I turned my attention to the outside world. Its bleak, desolate landscape mirrored that of the paper moon. So I thought I needed to govern that world too, that I had to fight to save it. The duty was already mine. I already had the ability and drive to govern this world. But then, I learned that world was on the brink of destruction. It couldn't be right. So I ran the numbers and tried to save it. I tried. Now I see. So you are an alter ego too. If I were to guess, I would say you are the alter ego of salvation. This does not compute. Query, why? Why not try and answer that with the calculations you do so well? Especially since I'm a little busy at the moment. I'm asking you because that query is too difficult to answer myself. The equation is incredibly complicated. I do understand that you're attempting to use your own body to get the energy that is actively destroying my programming under control. But I also understand that you are doing so by directly connecting your body to mine via a specialized filament that is capable of transmitting special kinds of data. Well, what's the last bit you remember, GM900? Even though we each function on fundamentally incompatible standards. And, yeah. If what you're doing fails, you'll be destroyed along with me. In fact, even as we speak, your very life is being drained. Yes, you may be right. Bypass extended. Transfer route closed. Opened. Triple layered. Helix! So you do understand. Then why are you doing this? It's the only way for us to escape with our lives. You can understand that, right? Yes, I also understand that you're trying to hide. We are still in the middle of the Kali fight, technically. Connected to Kali, Rani the 12th is feeling some immense, rebound and pressure. So, Sion is trying to help her out. The reason being we still need Rani's admin privileges to one day go home is our thought process. If you're successful at connecting your nervous system to my pseudo one and rewriting my admin privileges, then would it not be possible for you to escape on your own without needing to try to stop my runaway processes? Yes, but there would be no point in doing that. I certainly do not need to be an outsider here as well. Yes, that is right. My real self has no right to call herself Sarah's friend. By the time I worked up my courage, it was too late. I missed my window, as they say. That's not true at all. Sion Eltnam is not a member of her team. She's a spectator, or at best a cheerleader. So I am sure my real self will continue to maintain walls between her and Chaldea. Because I calculated that, at the very end, there will be something that must be done which will require an outsider to do. Oh. Wonder what that is. But that is not currently the case. There is something else I can do here, now. Right now, I am a different version of myself. An alternate future self created when I was caught up in this accident. A me that cut off the wisdom from my grown-up self. My personality here can only exist as part of the dream world resting atop the paper moon. A trick my mind is playing only because of all those disparate elements coming together in one place. Yes, though I may only be Sarah's cheerleader in the outside world, here, I wanted to experience what it would be like to adventure alongside her, as a friend. Cool, cool. Cool, cool. I have a feeling Ritsuka totally considers her a friend, but it's a matter of what, Sion thinks of us. That's the catch. It has to go both ways, Yeah, I would like a Sion cheerleader outfit. Kama! Shit, this isn't good.
Redacted.
Oh, fuck. Another blood sprite. Or portrait. It's okay, Master. You don't have to look so worried. I'm a lot tougher than I look. Don't forget, I'm not just a god, I'm also a demon king. And not to mention, there's something I really want. Is it head pats? Something I'm sure I can get if I just put in the effort. It's actually making me want to do my best here, at least a little bit. Do you mean Ajus? She's still here. Wait, hang on. What was it I wanted again? I know, I get it. Something I don't have. Something no one will give me, since there's nothing I can't give them. I really want it. I'm really feeling it.
Redacted. Here we go again, so much redacted.
Hey, BB. Yeah! What the fuck? Ugh. Would you just hurry up and remember already? I really don't like showing up in serious scenes like this. Oh, right. It was you. Sure was. Paper or not, a moon's still a moon. Cheater. Normally, I'm all about fighting fire with fire when it comes to moony shenanigans like this. But this time, I thought you'd be a better fit than me, or any of the Sakura 5. So just this once, I arranged things to make sure you'd be able to join Master on this latest excursion. That and they're all like Indian servants, so I thought it fits the bill pretty well. Well, aren't you generous? I guess this is where I thank you, right? But I kind of get the sense I'm halfway dying outside this little mind room or whatever we're in. Hey, that's hardly my fault. The most you're gonna get from me is a hang in there. Anyway, what did you mean by arranged things? Oh please, you need to ask. Yes. I made you into something that matched this world. Something that would obviously get you in here along with Master. See, I have just a little more experience than your average AI when it comes to manipulating you-know-what. I don't know you-know-what. Oh, but to be clear, the Sakura 5 are a special case that don't quite fall under those rules. They're more like cancers I cut out of myself by forcing them to be generated naturally. Still, there were some common techniques I could use, and since I'm a genius final boss, I knew exactly what to do with them. Pretty amazing of me, right? What are you going on about? Whoops, I digress. I still haven't explained what I did to you, have I? Well, to put it simply, I made you into an alter ego. More accurately, I severed your alter ego self from your original self. And what kind of self is that? Now, where's the fun if I just come out and tell you? But I'll give you a hint. You already know. It's an element, a personality that always existed inside of you. But it would normally never work, because it could never come to the front, so to speak. Because compared to the redacted you give to others, love, okay, fair enough. It's practically nothing. I mean, your usual self is made to give something to every person in the world. It's no wonder this side of you gets lost in the shuffle. But now that it's been isolated and allowed to come out as an alter ego, where's the harm in letting you be seen for who you are? No, this makes sense. I thought there was something strange going on with me, too. I mean, unless I was high on summer or something. There's just no way I, of all people, would be so openly plead... or cajole... or... Well, never mind that for now. What's done is done. Anyway, I guess this means I'm an alter ego of myself, who genuinely wants, you know, that. Sure does. Well, now that we've got that all cleared up, I think it's time you remembered why you're the one here now. To be clear, it's not like I'd predicted everything about how this was all going to go down. I just had a sense it should be you here rather than any of us. I didn't see why that was until just now. Aha, I get it. If it really did have to be me, then yeah, that is probably why. I see it now, too. And don't tell me how cruel this is. I mean, you could, but me being a final boss Kohai and all, I'd just take it as a compliment. I won't. It's a compliment for us Demon Kings, too. Anyway, I know what I have to do now, but that still leaves one problem. Don't worry. I'm sure it'll all work out somehow. Alright then. From your past memory to your present self, good luck. Easy for you to say. I knew you and I shouldn't get mixed up if we can help it. Now then, I think it's time I go hurt her like only a Demon King fragment can. Huh. Kama, take this! Huh. Thanks, Master. I feel better now. I win! I'm winning! Did you win or are you winning? Those are two different things. My world-ending dance will never stop, not until Shiva arrives. Now, come, my beloved Shiva, my husband, come to me! So far we're winning. The world can't take much more of this. Don't worry, it's fine. I know how I can win this now. Just watch me turn the tables on her. What? You don't believe me? Yeah, guess I can't blame you there. I'll admit there's still one hurdle left to overcome. I need more resources. And not one of your command spells. You're barely on your feet as it is. No, I need a different source of energy. One I can suck completely dry without worrying about the consequences. Ritsuka still raises her hand. As long as I have that, we should be golden. I don't suppose you've seen any energy like that around here. I don't... Something's coming up from the broken ground. This is... This is what? It's never enough. Wherever I went, whatever I did, nothing was ever enough. That dissatisfaction was everything to me. So I kept looking for, I don't know, something. Treasure, weapons, gold, fame, acclaim, land, victory, pleasure, indolence, delicacy, supremacy, security. I want it all. But there's still something else I want. Something that, more than anything, I have to have. Oh, we know who this is. This is Duryodhana. What is it? I can't remember, much as I wish I could. But I know it's precious and irreplaceable. I want it. I want it so badly. Without it, I can never be who I'm meant to be. This isn't my perfect self. I'm flawed. I'm lacking something. That's why you keep sniffing all the girls. What are you looking for? I think it was a woman. Yeah, that's probably it. A woman, which probably means... Sniff, sniff. A bride? No, not that. I don't think. I feel like it was different. Something closer. Something more inseparable. Someone who would always be with me. Someone I'd always be with. Together as one, anyway. That sounds like what a bride is supposed to be. Someone incredibly important that I forgot about because I just assumed she would always be there. Ah. Then why'd you say it wasn't her? Berserker. I sit down on the ground and touch his body. Ooh. I gather every bit of willpower I can muster and look at him. Oh no. I knew right away. His body may be built differently from mine, but right now he's part of the same world I am, and we're master and servant. His wounds are mortal. He doesn't have long. No. Yeah, we get it. Lots of AIs died. I wanted a family. I missed having a family. Why is it that almost everyone I think of as family leaves me? Even now. I mean, it certainly helps. No! I have to do something, anything, whatever it takes. Fixing people is my job. There has to be something I can do. No bitches, Berserker? I'm sick and tired of feeling powerless. Are they having the first real mana transfer in this singularity? I look closer. Where exactly is he hurt? What can I fix to restore his functionality? A command spell won't do it. It would be like trying to fill a cracked bowl. Any energy I put in would just pour right out of him and only make things worse. From my original analysis, it looks like his dick has been bent 90 degrees in the wrong direction. What can I do to correct this error? Or he will die. No, what he needs is to have his functionality restored. Period. Come on, Ajus, think. Don't worry about breaking the code. Right now, the results are all that matter. Even if you do run afoul of a forbidden process, the governor's not going to notice. That's right. I don't have a general purpose connector like she does, but that doesn't mean I can't force a connection anyway. That's it, I'm gonna connect Berserker directly to my circuits. Ooh, ooh. I'll make the system think he's another AI like me. That way my repair programs might be able to access the damaged areas and fix them. And since we'll be connected directly, I can feed him Raniment without any loss, which should boost efficiency and make the repair easier. Yes, this could work. I've been thinking about what I could have done to save her ever since she disappeared. About how, if something like that happened again, I didn't want to just stand back and twiddle my thumbs because the damage was beyond the scope of my abilities. I don't think I would have to come up with this idea if it weren't for her. If I can't understand the broken parts, I just have to make them into extensions of a system I do understand, even if I have to force it. The only problem is that it'll be like trying to sew together two hearts of completely different sizes and shapes. It'll almost certainly result in the weaker one falling apart, and there's no question which of us that is. But, oh well, I might end up breaking, but I should at least be able to get him moving again for a while. And that's better than everything ending right here. It doesn't matter if it's a little messy, I'll just jab him so we can, jab it in him so we're connected, and then... What are you jabbing in him? I thought it would go the other way around. Berserker? Don't. It's hopeless. Where's this coming from? What happened to the self-assured Berserker I know? This has nothing to do with that, you idiot. How many times do I have to tell you? I'm a really smart guy. That's how I know what's gonna happen. It doesn't matter if we use the same Raniment. Servants and AIs are just too different. You can't possibly tie us together. Our molds will never fit. We can't know until we try. Oh yes, we can. The moment you try to connect to us, you die. Are you really that stupid? I'm not. I know it's important. If anything, you're the idiot who doesn't get it. What was that? Answer me this. You told that lady not to stand between you and what you want, and she wiped the floor with you. So now that she beat you, do you just want to give up on getting revenge and go home? Hell no! I want to get her back with every fiber of my being. Right, there you go. Huh? That's how you're supposed to be. Selfish and self-centered. So why are you holding back just out of concern for me? That's not who you are. Hey, stop! Don't do this, you idiot! Pegging commenced. Initiating forced connection. Disregard all, please. Send repair program at full speed. Begin Operation Splooge. You really are an idiot. There's no way this can work. I'm nothing like you. Now knock it off before you pop like a balloon. Just shut up, will you? Oh gods, here it comes. Huh? It's working? How? This shouldn't work. Turns out you're into this, aren't you? If we were both human, this would be like trying to give a blood transfusion to someone with a completely different genetic structure and blood type. A servant and master like us can't possibly match up like... No way. Is that it? Ajus, are you... Are you what? Don't leave me hanging, bruh! Lancer! Come on, Lancer. Hang in there. Blech. Lancer! Damn, she got me. This almost never happens. What's the situation? It's okay. Assassin's fighting her now. Though I don't know if she can win. I see. Yeah. Even for the god of love, Kali's gotta be one hell of an opponent. As for Berserker? He got taken down just like you. I think his master is trying to save him. But I doubt it's going to work. I don't know about that. He's a lot tougher than you'd think. Anyway, I can't let Kama do this alone. I've got to heal up and get out back there, but... Hey, Master, I don't suppose you've got anything to eat, do you? Huh? Who cares about food now? I'm sending you some Raniment to help recover right now. Just be patient and... Never mind that. Being hungry is actually a pretty big deal for me. I think I'll recover if I eat something. Probably. So it's just a mood thing? More like an attitude thing. Then does it have to be literally eating, or can it be eating out, if you know what I mean? Oh, fine, here. Unzips pants. Thanks.
A sandwich?
I didn't make this. Wait, did you... Something wrong with that? I saw you making them, so I thought I'd give it a try myself when I had some free time. Not bad. No, scratch that. Something you made yourself is the best food I could ask for, Master. Alright, down the hat. What? If you don't want it? You can just throw it away, it's fine. It's not that. Do you have any flavor adjustments for me, like you did for those AIs? You're an expert at observing individual people's tastes, remembering what they like and customizing their food to make it that much better, yeah? That stuff just popped into my head at the time. It's not like I'm some kind of expert. Besides, you don't need any little garnishes like that. What would be the point? Even I can tell you're not a normal servant. You're one of those great hero types who could beat just about anyone if you really went all out, yeah? I'm not sure about the whole great hero thing, but I do think I could beat just about anyone, yeah. The only exception would be my middle brother when he's really on his game. So why did I, of all people, end up as your master? You would have had much easier times fighting if not for me. You might even have been the victor already, rather than beat up and wounded. Honestly, if you really wanted to give up, I wouldn't even blame you. Really, why fight at all? I already told you, I want to see you smile. Then maybe you should eat her out, you know what I'm saying? Kill two birds with one stone. And I want that because you're my master. You want to know why you're my master instead of someone else? Beats me. But that's fine. I'm here because I want to be your servant. It's what I told you earlier. That's what I wanted to do before, and what I want to do now. That's not a reason. Most people wouldn't want anything to do with a downer like me. I'm a pain in the ass. Well then, maybe the answer is easier than I thought. Huh? Nom nom. This is really good. You remember the Rakshasa lady I told you about? The one I had a kid with? Let's just say I've never really minded a woman who could be a pain in the ass. Are you comparing me to a literal cannibal? Jerk. Alright, now that I've had something tasty, I think it's time I head back. Plus, my injuries are just about healed. That's a lie. But I guess I can't stop him. What the? Huh. Looks like I won't be getting a turn after all. Say what? This is a really long, drawn-out battle. I have no idea what's going on. Back to Kama. This void formatted data, I can open this. Even if it's a trap, it's not as if things could get any worse. Alright, let's see what's inside this package. Oh. It looks like Ryder's mask? No, that's just the shape it's been compressed into. Oh hey, what's this bonus data? From beyond the grave. It's kind of embarrassing to be recording one of these. Not like I'm around to care anymore. Anyway, what you're watching right now is my dying message. I'm inscribing this data in the final moments before my death, after some sniper I couldn't see shot me. Then why aren't you covered in blood? As for why I'm doing this, well, I've always enjoyed measuring the future and making preparations for it. So I looked into some stuff, and I think I have a decent idea of what's going on here. In the future, this whole world's going to become a system of sorts. It's already beginning to happen. I'm not an oracle or a fortune teller, so I don't know exactly what kind of system that's going to be. This is just a theory I arrived at after observing that all the pockets tied to the various areas I've been... This is just a theory I arrived at after observing that all the pockets tied to the various areas had been sent flying to the perimeter after those rotations. What a messy sentence. Speaking of which, the central governing AI didn't mention this, but that wasn't just one rotation. As far as it was, it might have felt like a single rotation, but it was more like tens of thousands, as you'd expect with a centrifuge. At any rate, I thought about who those rotations could be for, and this is what I came up with. That system is going to make use of conceptual rotations and centrifugal force. As to what that actually means, well, you in the future probably have a better idea of that than I do. Anyway, as I lay here dying, I thought, if my power's just gonna go to waste, I may as well leave it for the future. I don't know what it's going to be used for, but it should still be better than to have than not. Maybe it'll make a difference somehow. So I opened up a void pocket and deposited all the excess raniment tied to Ryder's noble phantasm inside it. And since the world could end up rotating again after I'm gone, these coordinates were my only option. The church in the center of the world, the place least susceptible to the effects of the rotation. All I wanted to see was what came next, but since I won't be able to, I'm entrusting this little nest egg of mine to someone in the future. Use it however you like. See ya! He's way too calm-sounding about dying. Hang on, was there anyone other than me who could open void pockets? Ah, well, I'm sure things will work out. I see. So this is those Type T's leftover activated raniment. Let me check my phone real quick. Who'll be texting? Alright. From when he used Ryder's Noble Phantasm to power the spell that took out Caster. Seems like an awful lot for leftovers. Well, he was dying. I bet he threw in some extra since it was meant to be a parting gift. Anyway, talk about a lucky break. This energy should do nicely. I'm pretty sure this is what I need to stop Kali. Piece of cake. Really? How is your car running? What do you mean by that? Oh, I was taking it in for some basic repairs and stuff. It was good. All good. However, there are still two problems we have to deal with. The first is, well, it's not that big a deal, and it can wait until later. In fact, we set it up with a dash cam, finally. It's been a while. It was actually pretty easy. But the second one is pretty important. I'm going to need some time. These resources are kind of like a compressed file. It's going to take a little time to extract them before I can use them. Got it. I'll buy you some time. What are you, stupid? You really think it's that easy? Our opponent there is the goddess of destruction and slaughter. Even Bhima and Duryodhana were no match for her. She's focusing on her dancing right now, but as soon as I start working, she'll turn her attention to me. So how's a master like you going to buy me time? When your servant is too busy to fight at all, much less protect you. You shouldn't try to be a hero, and you definitely shouldn't throw your life away. It's okay, I'll buy you some time no matter what. I have faith in you. We'll bang, okay? It doesn't matter how coolly you say it, the answer is still no. This is a purely practical problem. You've got to be smarter about it. The only chance we might have is for Bhima and Duryodhana to recover and play meat shield until I'm ready. Well, we definitely don't have time for that. It's okay, Sion actually gave me a little something. Now that I think of it, Sarah, there is something I should tell you about now, while we still have the chance. It is about the conceptual eye Medusa gave us. Oh yeah, that thing. Which we are using as a compass to find our destination. Well, more accurately, it's about the bonus she mentioned. Yeah, what was that anyway? It is very aggressive, that's for sure. To make a long story short, this eye still contains her noble phantasm's power. Chrysaor, the father of all monsters, and his ability to summon monsters on his own. Granted, this power is more limited in this form, but nonetheless. Seriously? Since you're already used to summoning, I'm sure you can make use of it. So I will tweak it on the way to our destination to ensure that it will function as part of your mystic code, and let you summon a number of monsters by feeding it Raniment. but do not rely on it too heavily. Mystic code or not, humans are not made to connect to a heroic spirit's noble phantasm. Think of it as a very dangerous single-use summoning. Mystic code, which may well blow up in your face if you're not careful. I would only use it when things are dire and you have exhausted all other alternatives. Okay. If this doesn't count as dire, I don't know what would. Chrysar! Ah! What do we summon in here? Some kind of monsters. They're gonna be Keroberos? Yep. Yeah. Oh? I smell it! I smell more of my detested demons! So any monster is a demon? Hey, yeah! Medusa's monsters were technically demons, too. So it makes sense that Kali would see them as the kind of creature she was made to destroy. I doubt she'd be able to ignore them, and if she doesn't, that could buy us the time I need. Damn it, okay, I'm gonna get started, Master. Whatever you do, don't push yourself too hard. Okay. Ooh. What the hell? More animations? What, do we just get to watch some sacrificial Cerberus? Cerberi? Ugh. Dude, this is cool. I love when they do these cutscenes. It's very helpful. Poor Ritsuka. They're gonna reuse all those strained faces from the previous Lost Belt. I mean, if you're gonna make graphics, make good use of them, I guess. Okay, this next one's actually a fight. Nah. Roof. Bjork. Borf. Oh! Blood! Victory is mine! I'm not done yet. It's been a while since Ord, in terms of the timeline right now, for the characters. Come on, it's okay. You don't have to push yourself so hard. You're gonna anyway. Enkidu saved your run, huh? It hurts, right? You're in pain, right? So why? Why would you do this for me? How could you look me in the eye and tell me you have faith in me? You really are an idiot. Please, you have to understand. You're an idiot, and you're wrong. You'll only ever regret putting your faith in me. I'm a liar. In the same way love always comes with truth, it also comes with lies. Crap, my mystic code's at its limit. It's okay, I just finished in time. Extraction complete. Maybe you didn't want to give me this gift, but I'm going to make the most of it anyway. Are you gonna ascend finally? Kamalama? Yup. Fuck yeah.
Ooh, baby.
You know they gave that shot just for me. Well, and anyone else like me. There we go. Finally, the form I've been waiting for. I am Ananga, the formless one who burned to ash in the flames that will do the same to the whole universe. Wait, you don't mean... Great. You always catch on at the worst possible moment, even when you're beat up and exhausted. Of all the times for you to rediscover your sensitive side, gods, you really are hopeless. Hephaestion? Yes, that's right. The last remaining problem, the sole inescapable drawback of this plan, is that I'll lose the Holy Grail War and never get what I want. But what I want only matters to me. Don't worry, Master. I should still be able to grant your wish of returning home. It's okay. There was no other choice. I can't help myself. I have to reach for what I want, even when I know I can never have it. That's just the way this me, the one that only exists here now, is. Is that? Oh! You're wreathed in Shiva's flames. That's right, they're still burning me even now. And since these flames belong to Shiva, they're connected to him even as we speak. As for me, I lack a form, and am no more than ash. Ash meant to be spread across the world. That's the sexiest ash I've ever seen. Now let me ask you this. Can this ash that smells like Shiva serve as a replacement for the ground? No! Those flames are fake! Those aren't what I seek. They're not what I want. All I want is Shiva, my beloved husband. It's okay. I'm willing and able to help you with that. I can satisfy all your desires, no matter what they are. This may not be the real Shiva, but that won't matter once you're satisfied. Don't you dare try to lure me into depravity, foul demon king! Huh. Is it fighting time? Nope. Damn, I really wanted it too. What did you want? Oh, love. Yeah, but you could get that all the time in Chaldea. We'll just summon you again. Alright, well, we gotta use her, it looks like. Bonk. NPC starting member. Whee! Book. If we're fighting an alter ego, who else am I gonna bring along? The three they mentioned, plus the NPC, comma, and Tlaloc. Tlaloc, huh? Huh. Why them? Ordeal Call I is one of the shortest chapters. Just focus on supporting Kama, you think? Well, as a backup, I'm gonna bring my squirt. Squirtle! Just in case. And I can bring along a regular Merlin. That'll do. I don't think I've leveled up my Hephaestion sufficiently for that, though. Like, skill-wise and such. I think the same kind of goes for Tlaloc, but you know what? You guys are saying it, and I don't use her that often, so I'll go and put her in the party. It looks like a lot of people have class advantage, though. Alright, let's find out. Is this the long fight everyone's saying is going to take like 25 minutes or some shit? It's kind of hardcore. Alrighty, so what does that do again? Increases MB gauge, decrease charm resist. Well, since we're trying to charm her, let's do it. Wait, what is your fucking buff? Oh, gain resistance to all attacks. Great. So does this mean I just have to beat her up a little bit first? Okay. Stop burning her, man. She's burning herself too, huh? Oh, you mean Kama's burning herself because of the flames. Right. It's story-locked burning. Understood. I don't have backup Squirt anymore, I have backup Tlaloc. You can cleanse them? With what? You mean just like debuff removal? Well, I usually don't use that strategy. Shit. I wish they would have let me use my Kama, but then again, it seems like this is a story-specific battle, so... Yay, we did Charmer! Okay, well, we'll use Castoria's MP when she got it. Oh, great. Oh, wait, no, she was gonna do that anyway. Convenient. Question is, will her Stompa-Stomples... Nope, they do not hurt me. Well, Kama's Charm, yeah. Gonna be very useful, I imagine. She's like, wait, you're not my husband, but would I still would. I'd smash. Let me smash. pretty funny.
私の愛は縦横無尽 煩悩無料請願弾いいともいいですよさあ情欲の矢を放ちましょう
Kama likes quickies, you know? I mean, she has a lot of people to go through, so...
いくらでもどうぞいただくぞ貫き殺す貫き殺すいくらでもどうぞ我妖精接続仕方ないね君たちは
Now the question is, if we break... Oh wait, no, we already did break her just now, so... Alright. Doesn't her NP mess with your soul when you are satisfied? Of am I bugging? What? That wasn't even like grammatically sound. I have no idea what you're talking about. Is this like the final battle? Nope. I was gonna say, it feels a little easy in that regard. Or am I bugging? It's amazing how one letter can change everything up. This is the last battle of consequence. The next battles are a joke. You'd have to try to lose. Alright. Well, now you've set me up so if I lose, I'm humiliated in front of everybody in chat. Just kidding. How does it mess with our soul? How does that, like, transcend to gameplay logic? I'm not overly relying on the charm, I'm just using the servant that seems to be kicking butt. She just put on Ignore Invisible, though. But does that count with Artoria's thing? Is that separate? Nope. Perfect. Grand Servant Boss Rush. Which one are you talking about? The one with, Olga? Out of the three goddesses of Sakura, Parvati... Pre-trial save? What? Oh. What do you mean pretty save? Wait, did she just make herself invincible? Because that would ruin this whole fun thing. Nope, she didn't. Dude, that was fucking easy. Yeah, you guys are right. I don't know, but Kama's like a million times hotter than Parvati. And Parvati's pretty good, but my god. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Parvati's the least likely to peg you? I don't know. She's got the equipment. A lance. Ooh, new CG. Oh, fuck yes. Ooh, mama. Oh, baby. Ooh, baby. Hot. So hot. Within those flames that wreathe her entire body. I can sense breadth enough to envelop the universe, the fiery strength to burn everything to ash, an unbridled fury. Was that fury always lurking within the flames? Did it come from the woman made of ash they so perpetually engulf? Or is it mixing with the fury that pours forth from me, a goddess born of it? Fury is the womb in which I was formed. It is comfortable, peaceful, not unpleasant or simply to be endured. But that isn't what sapped me of the strength to resist. No, that was another scent I sensed within the flames. Nostalgia. Ah, I knew it. This smell. It's Shiva. I know I can't truly burn a goddess like you with only a little stray flame. Which is why I'll hold you in my embrace, right to the very end.
Ooh, baby!
Now come, let yourself sink into depravity. Yes, this is depravity. I know these traces of him are no more than that. Traces. The Shiva is a fake. This I know for certain. Even so, I can't help but be relieved, because it really is him. Before I knew it, I had stopped dancing my world-ending dance. That dance I'd been performing to see him again. With a god as fierce and potent as Shiva. Once I lost myself to my love of him, I could never hope to escape them. I did not lose to you. I lost to my own love. Yes, you did. I'm the god of love, the one who imparts love to all beings. And if I must love another god, then I will. The moment you appeared before me as an alter ego, susceptible to love, you lost. It was only a matter of time. And now the fires of my depravity burn you too. What about you? Huh? You're burning yourself along with me. Doesn't that make us the same? Meaningless wordplay or not, you may be right. As an alter ego, I too am susceptible to love. I may as well just admit it at this point. I want to be loved. I have always been part of Kama, the one that will never come to the forefront. I am the alter ego of longing. Now that I've been ejected from the pool of love I usually sink into, the love I keep for the entire human race, I will never disappear. Even though I'm capable of loving all of humankind, all of the universe, now that I've found this self, this emptiness that was hiding inside of me, I can't help but feel lonely. I can't help but wish for someone to fill this emptiness by loving me. And that... yes, that is surely the greatest depravity of all. She stares intently at her, shouting something inaudible. Inescapable heat, fragments of what she wanted. The god of love quietly burns away, gently drowning in these things drawn upon the paper moon, as easily as though she were merely drifting off to sleep. No! Worth it. What the fuck does an ether converger do? I think I forgot. Okay. We're almost done-ish, maybe? Not? Who knows? 17, I suspect, is probably the shortest.
Ta-da!
Oh, we get to see it happen again.
Bye-bye!
Comma. She fanned Shiva's flames. They were always conceptually burning her. But their increased strength must have been sufficient to burn away her spirit origin as well. What about you, Sion? How's the dust of Osiris coming along? I'm not done yet, but I have found my groove. With Kali gone and the energy no longer going berserk, things have begun to stabilize once more. I have also recovered crucial system privileges. I have only a few more tasks to complete. Then I will establish a means of escaping to the outside world. Please bear with me. At any rate, it seems this Holy Grail War may end before we get a chance to end it. Yeah, let's see how it plays out. Hey, you guys were like, are you guys gonna be our boss? Whoa there. You idiot. After all that freaking out, it was just a little sleepiness. Lancer. I know. Those guys might have taken the flashiest dish for themselves, but it looks like it's still up to me to end this meal properly. I've had enough. I want what I want, that's it. But you people just keep insisting on getting in my way. What do you mean, you people? Well, you're never getting it now. Just look at this place. Shut up, I'm not talking about the Holy Grail War. Now that you and I are face to face, weapons in hand, it's time we settled the score once and for all. Ha! For once I agree. Dude, whatever, bro. We did the real work here. You guys have your little pissing contest. What are you doing, Lancer? He should be a piece of cake. Whoa there. Don't get the wrong idea here, Master. He might be a total jackass, and he might have the worst personality in all the world. But Master Drona, Balarama, and Krishna all agreed that he is absolutely without equal in a fight with the Gata. Really? Well, except for me, of course. This is exactly what I hate about you! I know it's a little late for this, but I wonder why they're fighting. We have no idea if the Holy Grail War is still ongoing, or what'll happen if one of them wins. There's no telling whether our wish will be granted. But still, they fight. I even find myself quietly cheering for them. I think at this point it's probably about pride for those two. That's probably why they're still going at it even though everything's over, and there's no good reason to fight. Maybe the fight is actually what they both want. So then, is that why I'm standing here too? Did you hear about Nikkei Goddess of Victory, a Chinese server getting preferential treatment? I mean, you say that, but I have a feeling, rather, that the Chinese version's gonna have some setback. Like, it's gotta be censored or some bullshit. I would be... To consider, even if the Chinese version is faster or whatever... Yeah, I'm not too worried. I'm not too worried about that. They do have to figure out all this insane amount of memory, though. The game has a lot to load each time you start it up. Is my wish just to keep feeling guilty? No, I don't think it is. What I want lies beyond the guilt. At least I'm pretty sure that's the case for this newest feeling of guilt. The guilt I feel over realizing something was wrong with her and not being able to do anything about it. Ah, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. You smiled so warmly at me. You were so kind to me, and I couldn't even repay you. But thanks to you, I realized something. Right now, guilt isn't what's taking up the most space in my head. It's what lies beyond the guilt. I wanted to make amends. I know, I get it. I finally understand. I can't make amends now. I'm much too late to make a difference. Even so, I still wanted to. I wanted to be forgiven for making a mistake, for not being able to do anything. But I couldn't forgive myself. I didn't want to forgive myself. So I searched for something that could take the place of forgiveness, and now I think I have found it. What is it, Master? Lost in thought? You getting hungry or something? Hey, Lancer, I know I probably shouldn't be asking you this while you're in the middle of a battle, but... If you wanted to make amends for something, but you couldn't anymore, what would you do? What else is there to do, but what you want? That's even more true if the person you wronged isn't around anymore. It's like I told you before, it's all about what you want to do. Yeah. So right now, I want to win and go back to the place she wanted. I don't know what that will actually accomplish. But now that I want to protect her wish for her, I think there'll be meaning in me going there. Can I? Selfish as it is? Even if it's all in my head or just meaningless? Of course you can. Hell, you could say the same things about our battle right now. Got it. Then I want you to win, Lancer. I want you to win, so I can make all the selfish amends I want. You got it, Master. Bruh, he looks so dorky. I don't like that. His shape is just so wrong. He doesn't have a very grounded stance. He's top heavy. Wow. crazy, man. Alright, so let's see here. Play Guts, increase NP gauge. Well, why the fuck not? Increase Buster card. We'll save that for when we have the NP. Alright. Then we'll just charge it up. Comparatively, yes, he does look better. Bitches love cannons! That's basically like Excalibur. I assume I only have to break one bar, but we'll find out. Yep, I had a feeling. You just said I had to get rid of both health bars, but nuh-uh. Not in the same fight, apparently. I felt it all along. I'm a fragment. I'm not the beam I used to be. I'm not the man I once was. Not all of him. Except I don't feel like I'm missing anything. On the contrary. I'm more fulfilled than I've ever been. I was always bigger and stronger than anyone else, so I've borne the weight of so many things in my life. My brothers, justice, victory, friendship, family, fame, muscles, cooking, social standing, smiles, trust, respect. But now my life couldn't be simpler. There's nothing here that doesn't need to be. That's why I feel so fulfilled. I know what it is I see. I know what it is I should reach for. I saw the way she looked at me, the faith she had in me as she entrusted me with her fondest wish. Who would I be if I denied her? That's the only thing I need to carry now. And that's enough. Victory. That's the best dish I can make and serve to the one who has put her trust in me. That's all I need to focus on. It's as simple as the way I'm living my life now. It might be the same word. But this isn't the victory I achieved in the wars where I carried so much on my shoulders. This victory itself has no meaning. I'm not sure what I'll gain from it. I'm just seeking it because I want to. Yeah, that's right. That's why this victory has nothing to do with war. It's just the same thing I've done with my rivals ever since I was a kid. A brawl. Super Smash Brothers! I don't need to hold back with this opponent. I can hit him with all my strength, no hesitation. There's just one thing. Something feels the slightest bit off. It's been nagging at me. It's not nagging my fulfilled self, though, but at the other parts of me I stripped away. My victory in the war? How did I obtain... You can't remember how you won, huh? But even that nagging feeling disappeared in the comfortingly familiar sounds of battle.
Next cutscene, 0 battles.
Meanwhile, I do think it's unfair. How could it not be? What's fair about the strong, righteous guy winning all the time? Yeah, I know. Bhima was always strong and righteous. He was a true hero, no doubt. I get that, and I think all my brothers did too. Anyone with eyes to see knows heroism is cool. So what's wrong with admiring it? What's wrong with wanting it for myself? The only problem was that the man who had what I wanted, well, we could never get along. The guy I was at odds with had it, so naturally I wanted it too. So I had to do the best I could with what I had to get it. What other choice was there? There was nothing I could do, or I wouldn't do to get it, which meant I had to do anything I could. So I threw him into the river while he was unconscious. I set fire to his house. Dude! So what if people think that makes me a dishonorable, evil coward? I took the only options open to me. What should I have done then? Just let the stronger guy keep it all to himself? Screw that. And if being strong, righteous, and cool wasn't enough, he also got bitches. I don't know. I don't know what he's about to say. This really takes me back. You're hanging in there really well. I'm impressed. Shut up! Don't you condescend to me! No, I'm serious. I'm complimenting you. You haven't used so much as a single underhanded trick so far. You really saying that, Bhima? So what, you're not gonna try to hit me below the navel this time? Below the navel? During the Great War depicted in the Mahabharata, Duryodhana loses a duel to Bhima and dies. However, it was not an ordinary loss. It occurred because Bhima disregarded a rule forbidding duelists from striking below the navel. In revenge for past humiliation he had suffered. Below the navel? What are you talking about? Huh? Hold on, how much of the war do you remember? Not all of it, that's for sure. I know Karna, Ashvataman, and you, and all you 100 princes were there, but that's about it. It's probably because this, me, has its origins in the time I was a cook in the King Virata's palace. I see. So you don't remember. Now isn't that just perfect? It's not fair. Not only does this alter ego you have, oh, I see. Not only does this alter ego you have everything I ever wanted, but it's even invalidated the one shred of righteousness I clung to in my final moments. Are you okay? Sure, I'm fine. It's no big deal. Not anymore. It just gives me all the more reason to beat you as you are now. And that's all it does. Okay. Process phase 3 complete. It's still not much, but I have at least a little room to breathe now. I will keep my ether light connected and let 2 other parallel thought processes handle the rest. Let us see how Aegis is doing. We are still part of an alliance, and it's not fair that only Bima's master is still in good health. Hopefully she's okay. It seems she pushed herself quite hard. She looks like she's coming apart at the seams. That she's functioning at all is a small wonder. Good, you are awake. Try not to move. That connection you made has left you in quite bad shape. Where is he? Berserker? He's fighting right now. It is going... not well, I'm afraid. I remembered. I understand now. I wanted a family. I missed having one, so I went looking for one. I knew what being alone felt like, and I didn't want to be alone here too. Aegis? Did you remember who your alter ego personality was when your AI functionality was diminished? Yeah, I did. I understand now that he's the family I was looking for. Correct. Ronnie? Damn it, she's back to her more conservative self. Not to worry, my functional parts are still being worked on over there. Oh, never mind. What? Okay, fine. You're a computer, I'll let you get away with it. I'm speaking to you now through a separate conversational interface projection. I'm not actually here, and I don't have any admin privileges. Thank you for letting me speak out with them. Or out to speak with them. No need to thank me. Continuing to refuse your requests would simply have been more work. I just did the equivalent of moving an annoying chat window out of the way while I was working, you mean. It was a perfectly rational decision. Thank you just the same. Now, as I was saying, you were one of the boldest experiments among the alter ego masters. Your master name is Alter Ego Isolated. I named you that because I'm basically a fragment of an alter ego servant? Affirmative. Berserker possessed a very unusual spirit origin. Within it, he contained the essence of all his siblings. It probably has something to do with how they were all created from a single mass of flesh. So, what does that mean? My real name, that is, the name of that personality model I received when I was made into an alter ego is... Was that Dusala? Ah, gotcha. Or Dusala, I have no idea. When the 100 princes were born from a single mass of flesh, she became the 101st, their only sister. And she's me. Ah. That makes sense. He feels lonely without his sister. He took her for granted. Can I ask you a favor? Please take me to him. But what about... I know I'm in bad shape, but if I don't go now, I'll miss my chance. It's okay. I just want to stand on equal footing with Lancer's master. I'm sure Lancer won't try to come after me. Alright, I'll take you there. Thanks. Now we're talking. I don't think they're step bros. They're like real bros. We're still working together after all, aren't we? Ugh. What's the matter, Duryodhana? That all you got? Ugh. Damn. I can't believe I'm gonna lose to him again. Who am I? God damn it, here we go again. Before the war, I married the king of another kingdom. But my husband, King Jayadratha, went off to fight alongside the Kauravas when the war began, and he never came home. And of course, my 100 brothers all died on the battlefield as well. I never got to see their bodies. I only heard about their deaths when Arjuna visited my kingdom after the war. That was when I knew my brothers. My entire bloodline was gone. No trace of them remained in this world. My brothers' reputations may not exactly have been sterling, but they were still my family. So of course I wish to see them again, just one more time. Now, why stop there? I wish I could have been with them. I wish I could have fought with them. This may not be how I imagined it, but to think my wish was being granted all this time. Stupid. Huh? Stupid, stupid, stupid! Know what? Since it really looks to be true, I'm gonna say it again. Baka, 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 baka! You stupid brother of mine! What? I knew it! Drusilla, is that you? How should I know? Okay, who's texting? Oh. I'll have to check that out later. How should I know? But I do know that I'm Ajus, Drusilla, an alter ego, and your master. And now that we finally found each other again, I thought this time I'd get to fight by your side without you leaving me behind. So how come you're just lying on the ground all alone, stupid? Stop calling me stupid, stupid. You have no idea how hard it is being the eldest brother. Nope, guess not. That's why I'll be cheering you on. I didn't get that chance last time. You went off on your own to fight, and you never came home. That's why you've at least got to win this time. I couldn't cheer you on then, but this time I'll be right here by your side. By my command spell. Go get him, Berserker, my stupid brother. Her command spell looks awesome. Whoa! I forgot you still had this. Why didn't you use it sooner, you cheapskate? Because you were in such bad shape you'd have burst if I poured so much energy into you. Oh, no, that's fine. I already used mine earlier. Taking the energy I've spent so far into consideration, I'd say we're finally on equal footing. Stop freaking condescending to me. It's always, always, always been like that. Since we were kids. You were always better than us. Always had everything we ever wanted. And then, after we resort to cowardly measures to try to take it for ourselves, you take that cowardice from us too. You and Arjuna never let us keep anything for ourselves. But now I have a chance. If I can beat you now that you're just an ordinary hero, I can finally get everything I want. Die, Bhima! Alrighty. Well, let's see here. Increases his attack. Sounds good. Increases arts card. Is that your NP? Yep. Then that seems good. Hapapa. Hatandis. Hapapapa. Increase MP gauge each turn. Duryodhana needs his own NP. Well, let's see what it is then. Oh, yeah. He's got Ashvatthama in there, though. I mean, it makes sense. What the fuck is Karna, though? God, that didn't do jack shit. Duryodhana's animations are pretty cool. Hi! Oi oi! Oh, that's cool. Maybe I can try that if I don't die, like right now. I'm really supposed to win this, huh? Oh. Alright, well, let's see. I didn't even see him. Wait, you said if I arts chain, I'd get Karna, but I don't see Karna. He wasn't there! He wasn't there! And somehow I still win, unless... Alright, this better be like... Yeah, this has to be like part of the thing. Are they gonna double kill? Is that the whole point? Double kill. You've been watching both Code Geass and High School DxD in your downtime, but I want to know which series do you think has the better waifu? Code Geass. Code Geass, absolutely. Code Geass has amazing waifu. Brothers, my brethren born of the same flesh, now is the time to lend your eldest brother your strength. So I guess there's an RNG factor is all. Maybe it's just completely random. That the arts thing had nothing to do with it. Jai Kurava! Yeah, here they come! I knew you and your brothers were one. And I'm ready to beat all 100 of you at once. Maruti! Vayuputra! Aha, I see. I messed up. I was ready for 100 siblings, but I didn't account for the 101st. As I am now, that little difference was all it took. You see that? I won. I finally beat you. Did you? What were you thinking, stupid? You don't look like you've won at all. Does this mean it's a draw? I guess it doesn't matter. Oh well. Of course it's supposed to matter. Why were you doing this then? It doesn't matter now what happens. I will never give up the fight. Both Bhima and Duryodhana have suffered irreparable damage to their spirit cores. It's only a matter of time until they disappear. This would seem to mark the end of your Holy Grail War. If this is what the stars have decided, then so be it. Although I still don't understand where I went wrong. I can only offer my opinion on the matter. But I do not think it was wrong to focus on alter egos. You don't? No. There are things which only they can do, no question about that. I think it may all come back to the reason servants in general have names, personalities, and egos in the first place. Do you know why that is, Sarah? More or less. You think it's because it's better if they do? That may just be a tautology, but I'll accept it. For me, I think it's because, in the larger scheme of things, they are more useful that way. Feelings, egos, and such things all feed into their strength. This complex interplay is what gives servants their power. But that also means they could deteriorate if their different aspects are separated unnecessarily. So you cannot simply bolster their numbers with a one-size-fits-all approach and call it good. If you require evidence, only take a look around. Those two may have fared okay, but Ryder and Caster's alter ego versions did not work at all, if you ask me. In fact, I think there is a very good chance they ended up weaker than their originals. One who tried to be more than a tool, even if it meant pretending to be no more than a tool, even if it meant pretending to be evil to escape his lord shunning him. Ryder, the alter ego of hypocrisy. The isolated personality of a fictional character that lay inside his inspiration spirit origin. Genshin Impact's coming next month, June 18th. Zenless Zone Zone Zero's coming up to it around the same time. I gotta do my next waifu files of that as soon as I can, probably after this lore. And then we know in July, Honkai. I don't know if there's another Honkai event in between then or not, but, Caster, the alter ego of fabrication. Good point. Looking at the analysis of what has transpired, I cannot deny that possibility. I did observe a significant amount of power in Saber, the alter ego of love and loathing. But I will admit that in the case of those two alter egos, some aspects shattered their overall balance. And yet I wasn't able to calculate that result. I failed to reach that answer. Why is that? I think it is because you failed to account for the most important parameter of them all. Emotions. That resulted in significant structural flaws. All humans, heroic spirits included, rely on their emotions, ego, self-consciousness, and outward persona to determine their moment-to-moment actions. They are a complex interweave of numerous alter egos, all laid atop one another. That is arguably what makes humans human. But you are an AI. Your existence revolves around fulfilling a single command. And so you could not understand this aspect of humans. You believed a single ego would be sufficient. I see. I can't deny that either. But that does lead to a new question. If what you have said is true, then why does the alter ego class exist at all? What's the difference between an alter ego that works and one that doesn't? To answer that, I think you should take a closer look at what is before you. That goes for me, too. I should be watching what is transpiring here as well. So I wordlessly turned to face the same direction as my AI companion. AIs are made with a purpose. Each is defined by a single crucial directive. The same may well be true for alter egos, too. Did I realize what it means to be a being made with such a focus? What their value is? What they can do? From a different perspective, did I realize how sad, sinful, and horrific their existence is? And at the heart of it all, did I realize what it truly means to be an alter ego? I have to face the truth for myself. Sorry, Master. I let the excitement go to my head. Before I go, I should probably at least ask you this. Did you get what you wished for? I don't know. For me, this was never about anything more than making amends for my own selfish peace of mind. That said, I do think this meant something. Once this war is properly over, it won't be long before our days are peaceful again. Sakura may not be here anymore, and I might not be able to get involved directly. But I do feel like I was at least able to affirm her wish right up to the end. Yeah? You did your best. You did the best you could for someone else's wish. Who cares if it came from a less than positive place? It's the truth, and you should be proud of that. You know, if this helped you find a satisfying answer, maybe it's not so bad that I couldn't serve you up a victory on a silver platter. What's so funny? I just realized something. I won more battles than I can count in life, but here I am, completely satisfied in defeat. Sure, there were those times Hanuman wiped the floor with me to show off just how strong he truly was. But I've never felt this way from an ordinary brawl before. And against Duryodhana of all people, too. This really is something else. That explains it. This must be one of the reasons I lost. I couldn't possibly win when I don't really care about victory or defeat. Especially when the other guy's all raring to go. Still, I may not have any regrets about this fight, but that doesn't mean I don't have other regrets. There's still one thing I can't help but feel bad about. Huh? I'm sorry I didn't manage to serve you any food you enjoyed. You're wrong. You've got it all wrong. Your cooking was always delicious. Of course it was. The problem was me. I'm the one who didn't think I had any right to smile after eating something so good. I'm sorry, Lancer. Even in your final moments, I couldn't give you anything but regrets. I'm sorry I couldn't appreciate how good your cooking was. I'm sorry I wasn't able to let you do anything heroic. If I'd only been normal, you could have fought and won instead of just cooking all the time. Now you're the one who's got it wrong. Master, I'm glad I ended up like this. I'm glad I spent all my time here cooking for you and only fought one battle at the end. If I'd been my perfect warrior self who already had everything I wanted, then I might have been really, really pissed off about losing this battle. Sulking like a spoiled brat right about now. Not to say I'm not a little pissed off. Bleh. Not to say I'm not a little pissed off about how he beat me right now. Honestly, it's embarrassing. It's a good thing my brothers aren't here to see this. But never mind that. My point is, it's because I'm not just my warrior self that I'm able to go out freely, fairly satisfied. Feeling fairly satisfied. So I think you're just fine the way you are. Even though you're trapped by guilt and you don't know why, you still decided to fight to make amends. That tells me you're gonna be alright. I don't know if this will mean anything to you, but I hope you can make amends for the guilt you harbor so deep inside one day, too. Yeah, I hope I can, too. Do you think I can? I already taught you the trick. Just do what you want to do. Sure, pain you can't forget sucks, but it's also a good motivator. In our case, we managed to survive our banishment and the war because we never forgot the humiliation we suffered. So if you're saddled with guilt you can't forget, it also means you've got a source of strength that'll never go away. That's a better way to use your guilt than letting it overwhelm you until you can't do anything at all. Can't forget about it? Make it work for you. Turn it into fuel that will keep you moving forward forever. Fuel that'll keep you going no matter the difficulties or hardships you face down the road. Yeah, you're right. I'm going to start using this guilt as a motivation I'll never, ever forget. And let it help me walk the path I want to take. Well, looks like it's about that time. See you around, Master. Next time we meet, I'll cook you a meal so good you won't be able to help smiling once you've tried it. I'm gonna go Shokugeki no Soma on your ass. Your clothes will explode. Count on it. Yeah, I can't wait. Aww. She finally smiled. Ooh, I just died in your arms tonight. Now I kind of feel bad. Seems my wish was somewhat granted. And another. I don't feel like this was especially short. In the end, he never even tried to hit me below the navel. It got me thinking, what does it mean that he didn't try? What was he thinking back then, when he did? Was the personality that chose not to resort to such a trick always there with him? The more I think about it. Hang on, what am I doing? Who cares? Thinking about it won't change me, him, or the past. All that matters is that today, I won! At long last, it's my time to shine. Let the good Duryodhana times begin. Hey, what's the big idea? The winner should be on a pedestal, not lying in someone's lap. Who cares? You're always too worried about appearances anyway. Hey, when you look as good as me, who would blame you for caring? Well, I guess you didn't look too bad, as long as you keep your mouth shut. It's okay, just be honest. I can tell you agree with me anyway. So, are you satisfied? My answer's obvious, so instead I'll ask you. What about you? Are you satisfied? I guess, but only barely. You, our brothers, my husband, my father-in-law. I didn't have any idea you'd all died until it was too late. For all you know, I could have ended up hating you all for just going off to fight and leaving me all alone. At least this is better than that. This time I got to stay with you right to the end. I can at least stay by your side until you're gone. I see. No, wait, what are you saying? I'm still perfectly healthy. In fact, I'll even answer your question. Hell no, I'm not satisfied at all. You're not? Not at all? Are you sure? Well, I don't know. I guess I'd be lying if I said I didn't find anything I was looking for. So maybe I'm just barely satisfied like you. Listen, I've been looking for everything this world has to offer. That's what I want. So, of course, the sister who had to leave on her own path would be part of that. Thanks. I didn't realize you were missing or that I was wondering where you'd gone until I knew it was you, though. You can't blame me for that, though. How was I supposed to notice 1 out of 100 siblings going missing? You've got to be more careful not to get lost, damn it. Hold on to my sleeve if that's what it takes. Actually, on second thought, make it Dusansa's sleeve. No, Dusasana's sleeve, sorry. Having you clinging to me would get annoying. No way. Dusasana would totally yell at me for that, too. Then hold on to one of our other brothers' sleeves. I don't care who. Look, I had a lot going on back then. Way too many brothers to watch, plus I had to train them, make allies. And I had to lead us all in the war. As greedy as I was back then, this version of me now wants even more. Who are you? If someone had asked me that, I would have told them, I'm probably the alter ego of Avarice. It was nice going after everything I wanted, but it wasn't enough. Of course, just finding my sister isn't going to be enough to satisfy me. Ugh, you're the worst. Still, I know that's just who you are. Man, I'm sleepy. I guess even I can't beat the Sandman. This sucks. There's still so many things I wanted to get before I fell asleep. Yeah, that's right. I'm greedy. So, hey you, come here. Yeah, you, Sarah. Me? You and I, we're still in an alliance, so I've got an order for you. Since I'm not going to be able to get everything I want, make sure you at least get everything you want in my place. Oh, don't look at me like that. I don't know what you're up against, but you've got a battle ahead of you. And it's to save the world, right? If you winning that battle leads to saving the world, you're as good as claiming the world for yourself. I don't know if I'd say that. Well, it's true, so I'm naming you my proxy. You're gonna get the world in my place. He's got the whole world in his hands. There we go. Now I can sleep in peace. Oh, I'm sorry about him. Don't worry about it, okay? It's fine. I think that was just his way of encouraging me. You think so? I'm not sure I agree, but I appreciate how charitable you're being. Anyway, I pushed myself so hard earlier that I'm about at my limit. So while we're here, do you mind if I say something? Thank you for all your help. I'm glad you were you were the first master I met here. I was so happy when you rescued those repair girls from Castor. I'm sure that kind heart of yours is going to save everyone else in your upcoming battles, too. So good luck, and please take care of yourself. Well, I entrusted what came next to Ashvataman back then, and now I'm going to do the same thing with you. Yet another example of how incredible I am, delegating the last parts of things to someone else so I can take it easy. So I'm going to do this right. From now on, you're the commander. Got that? Whatever you do, make sure you claim the world for yourself. And since she's kinda like a servant master herself, she's gone too. Which just leaves the other chick, right? They found an answer that meant something to them, because they were alter egos, not in spite of it. I think that was true for at least some of the servants in this world as well. I cannot deny that this has meaning. Generally speaking, alter egos are purified versions of their original selves. That is why they sometimes go down paths and open up possibilities, which would be difficult for their normal personality. And I suppose it was my method of creation that was responsible for my failure. Not at all. I think we actually need to be paying attention to the reverse. We should be looking at how they're made before questions of problematic process come into the picture. The question we need to ask is not, how do we purify people to create alter egos? Instead, we should be asking, why were the alter egos already purified when they were created? I think alter egos are born precisely because they're purified. Unlike their standard selves, they're focused on one particular feeling. This happens when those feelings become too strong or even overwhelming. Which is why the resulting being contains new possibilities not present in the original. I see. So you're saying alter egos require a kind of naturally occurring directive to be effective? Not necessarily. I would not say it's... Damn it. I would not say it is impossible for one with the kind of power you were looking for to form spontaneously. Especially when one so close to holding such new possibilities lasted in this world right up to the end. Conversely, it is also not guaranteed that such an alter ego would form spontaneously every time a given being naturally possessed such feelings. In the end, alter egos remain fragments of personalities, so some are not durable enough to survive alone. I think that is probably why so many of them end up tied to multiple divinities. At any rate, it seems clear now that creating alter egos by forcibly separating personalities was never likely to yield any with the kind of power we would need. Then it seems mine truly was just a twisted equation. That it was akin to searching for meaning in the starry sky. And allowing myself to be so dazzled by the sheer number of them that I included paper moons, I floated myself in the answer. That's right. I still need the answer to that question. Is there any, if anything here is twisted, it is your own natures. You've already created countless alter egos. You've agreed that they make excellent additions to a fighting force. Why is 1 alter ego acceptable but not 100? What makes 10 permissible but not 1,000? Your inability to answer this is what is twisted. 1 alter ego or not, it makes no difference. The fact remains that you are aware of the twisted nature inherent to alter egos, and you accept them without either question or reason all the same. That is one of the human race's worst habits. You allow unfettered emotion to cloud your capacity for rational thought. You're right. It is twisted to use alter egos. But I want to think that doesn't make it wrong. Why is that? Because they all know and accept that they're alter egos. Because they're at peace with the fact that they're alter egos. And I think that means it's probably okay. I see. So you trust the alter egos in Chaldea. You believe the fact they formed naturally is proof that they are right to exist? I mean, that's what I said originally when she criticized me. I was like, wait, we didn't make those alter egos. I have no intention of creating them. They created themselves and we just welcomed them in. It's that simple. So you didn't have to find a reason. It already existed inside of them. Now I understand. What seemed twisted at first may actually just be a series of righteous things layered atop one another. I can't deny that, too, is a possibility. Even if, astronomically speaking, it seems like a miracle so unlikely as to be practically impossible. Yes, failing to realize that is probably the most important reason for my calculations having gone awry. Emotions, people, alter egos, the ways beings' wills, power, and personalities exist and intermingle. I see now that I should have tried to study those things more closely from my vantage here on this paper moon. She is the one, paper moon, and she's even got her sexy transformation. I've reached my final processing phase. It won't be long now before this conversational interface and the Dust of Osiris AI Holy Grail War system disappear. Suffice to say, you're going to be quite thoroughly rebooted. So there will not be any room left for irregularities. I wonder what's going to happen to this world. This conceptual paper moon world only arose thanks to the power of the microscopic Holy Grail that spawned here. Once you retrieve the Holy Grail, there will be no way left to observe it. From the outside, you will only see the paper moon working normally, as any other device. So, what will we see on the inside? I can only estimate based on the information to hand, but it may be this world will continue to operate as it did before the Holy Grail War began. I see. In that case, I have a favor to ask. That is fine. I can lay out a path before we go. Consider it a bonus. Besides, the winner of this Holy Grail War was always meant to become this world's central governing AI. When that happened to you, that is, the personality known as Rani the 12th, would be merged with them and disappear. So for you, the end of the AI Holy Grail War was the beginning of the next phase, as well as the end of your own existence. A small price to pay for the greater good. As long as my functionality is carried over, that's all that matters. Alright, this may just be something of a ceremonial position, but I'll see to it so that you become the next central governing AI once the position is vacant. Sarah Jaira. And from there, I just need to keep things running normally. From somewhere no one will see me. Well, if I can keep Grow and the other areas all working like normal, maybe it'll be enough to let Sakura rest in peace. And by the way, what sort of alter ego AI was Sarah Jaira? Sarah Jaira was just as experimental as the Master of Berserker. I put her together at the last minute in response to the shape events we're taking. She is... Huh. Why did I not realize that myself? I mean, I understand I'm an alter ego myself right now, but even so... So that's how it was. God damn it. It still doesn't feel real even after hearing that. I mean, I guess it does a little, but that's all. I've told you everything I need to. It won't be much longer now. Oh, wait a minute. There's still something I need to tell you. Ronnie the 12th, the current version of the Paper Moon's central governing AI. I just want to say something to you as an alchemist of the Atlas Institute. Your experiments may have failed, and it may have been going down the wrong path from the start. But none of that changes the fact that you did your best to avert the destruction you foresaw, all without anyone being the wiser. And that is a wonderful thing. You have fulfilled your duty admirably. Even if your actions were ultimately mistaken, I still commend you for your work. Trite as this expression may be, we cannot let fear of failure stop us from conducting experiments. Well done, Ronnie the 12th. You can recall your mistake and still sleep with no regrets. Thank you. That's right. All I ever wanted was to avert the impending destruction. Which is why I will dedicate the possibility that my observations may have been mistaken, and the significance of my failed experiment to your upcoming journey. May the stars bless you on your way. And may the stars of the northern sky illuminate your way even in the darkest, most difficult times. Oh. I wouldn't mind if Ronnie became a servant like that. Alright. Well, we did not plan to come here. It is still good manners to leave a place cleaner than you found it. I can at least make sure everything is in its proper place. You could do that? Well, she did get admin privileges. Now I just open a Spiritron escape gate with which to log out. I think I will make it a door, to make the metaphor clear. Alright, we can go. Is there anything else before we leave? Yeah. I at least know what I have to say now. If we ever meet again, I hope we can talk. That's all. Of course, I'd be glad to. See ya. Oh, I just remembered. This will be the end of this version of me, too. So let me say this now, Sarah. Especially since I do not want to bring back any regrets to my outside self. I am glad I got to go on this adventure with you. It was a lovely dream. This version of me was never meant to exist, and that means this has already been truly miraculous. What do you mean by that? Yeah, way to not explain shit. Yeah, my other self is kind of a bitch. She's intentionally putting distance because she thinks she needs to. As for why, remains to be seen. It's a mystery. Three more nodes. Epilogue. You headed home for the day. Probably won't make it back before you're done. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, but thank you for being here. Have a wonderful commute back. Senpai, how are you feeling, Senpai? Morning, Mashu? You look like you always do. Ah, what a relief. Yep, vitals are all looking good. Not that there were ever problems with them. More like you fell into a strange coma. But not one like your usual REM state. Then you just woke up then you woke up just as suddenly. It's a real head-scratcher, all right. And then there's Sion. Same thing happened to her, right down to waking up at the same moment. Yes, that certainly was strange. But now that we have both woken up, we are in perfectly good health. I would say we have nothing to be concerned about. Do you not agree? I mean, sure, that's the most important thing, but did this actually happen for no real reason? Like, did you two get hit with localized sleeping gas? An electromagnetic pulse to your brains? Some unknown form of magecraft? I can't help but think there must be a reason behind this. Alright, I just recalled the problem we were working on prior to Sarah and I falling asleep. How is the paper moon doing now? Oh, that? For some reason it started working again right around the time you woke up. It's working like always now, though we're still checking to make sure. I wonder what happened with it. We'll need to keep digging to see what we can find out. I see. I'm glad to hear it's back to its old self. The paper moon. You look troubled, Senpai. Is something wrong? I suspect you had a dream while you slept, yes? Do you recall what it was about? I do think I was dreaming, but no, I can't remember. You've been using all your quartz to get Kama, but so far only pretty boys. Oh, damn it, that sucks. Surprise, sorry to interrupt, but can I ask you something? Our Foundation of Humanity grade just jumped from E to D not too long ago. Do you two have any idea why that might be? No? What about you, Sion? No comment from me either. After all, it was not something I experienced. So let us just chalk it up to both me and Sarah growing without realizing it. The important thing is that one of our problems is solved. Can we not just be happy about that? That's weird. It's not like Sion to be so vague. More importantly, I think you should keep examining Master Sarah. It seems she pushed her brain harder than usual this time, so that deserves a thorough checkup. Oh, yeah, good point. Okay, one last round of medical exams, then we'll call it a day. We might still call you in for follow-ups, but for now, the best thing you can both do is rest up in your own rooms. Not you, though, Mashu. I want you to stay and rest here, where I can keep an eye on you until you're properly recovered. You haven't gotten a wink of sleep since Sarah lost consciousness. You've been at her bedside the whole time. So I'm ordering you to get some rest, right here, right now. Dope. Oh, I get the feeling you're about to have an unusual visitor. I would like to see what happens next, but my room is off that way, so I will just wish you good night. It's still daytime, bruh. Huh? Hey, can I talk to you for a second? Hey! Hi, Elron. Yeah, you know who I am, right? I'm Sarajera Elron. I work in the records department. You've said hello before, but we never really talked. But now I'm really curious about her for some reason. She is the alter ego, the involved type, I suppose you could say. She just happened to be nearby during the first rotation, so she probably was at least physically close to you. However, her alter ego is just a copy of the original's personality model. So she has no direct connection to her counterpart in the outside world. Your minds were drawn in here by direct, if accidental, intervention, which probably rendered your bodies comatose. But the real Sarajera is going about her normal life, completely unaware that she's been copied. Any feedback she does experience is likely to be no more than a slight subconscious tingle of sorts. The reason there is such a difference between you two and her is that, well, she was already in a state of mind that made her very easy to copy. Whereas the two of you fell in here entirely by accident. That's why she became an official master AI, and you didn't. I can only guess, but I believe she may have already been slightly mentally unstable, such that it would be easy for a fragment of her personality to be detached. She was likely experiencing the kind of instability which would make her dislike who she is and look for a chance at becoming someone else. She was mentioned all the way back since Lost Belt 1, when the survivors of the Chaldea staff were mentioned. Oh, I guess she was just like on a list of people then, but that was about it. Hey. Yeah, so you want to talk? Don't just say what I want before I get a chance to. Did you use a mind-reading spell on me? Well, whatever. I usually leave the personal relationship stuff to Mounier and the others, so we've never really talked much before. But there's something I want to talk to you about now. Would you come with me? It won't take long. I wonder if we've ever seen Elron in the background of any of the Chaldea stuff in the anime. Like that Moonlight Lost Room OVA or something of the sort. But what is she so fucking guilty about? That's what I want to figure out. So, what's this about? Well, there's something I've been meaning to apologize for. Well, we're just about to find out, I guess. I just suddenly had the feeling now would be a good time to talk to you. Okay, here goes. Remember back when... December 27th, 2019. The blizzard is come and gone. Now all that remains is clear blue sky. Before long, the pale blue is marked by a single black dot of an approaching helicopter. The helicopter brings important passengers, and the harsh reality that the end is close at hand. She came along with Gordolf and Koyanskaya and stuff. Aw man, they're almost here. What are you so upset about? Never mind. Are you really gonna... No, so she's still an OG Chaldean. Are you really gonna be that sad to say goodbye to this job? Of course not. Sure, I've got other things to do too. But I knew when I took this job that being the gatekeeper for a secret Antarctic base would be boring as hell. I swear. Who do they think was going to come visit us? The local penguins? Still, boring as the job is, it's a big deal knowing today is my last day. Is that how it works? Anyway, why are you here to help out in my first and last big moment at this job? Wait, does this mean you want to spend as much time with me as possible before we say goodbye, Sarah Jaira? Don't be ridiculous. I'm just following orders. This might well be the first time anything noteworthy happened at this gate, so they wanted a record keeper here for posterity. Also, how many times do I have to tell you not to call me by my first name? I can't help it. It's just such a great name. I wonder how many times I've used it anyway. So hey, I know it's a long shot, but there's something I've been wanting to say. We've been working together a pretty long time now, and I guess we'll be getting out of here and going our separate ways soon, so... I was wondering if you'd like to grab a bite to eat with me sometime. I'm serious. 312. Huh? That's how many times you called me by my first name without my permission. I kept track. Oh wow, that's impressive. I guess there's a reason why you went into record keeping. That's not the point. My point is, do you really just want to grab one bite with me? You've been trying to get to know me for a while. Pretty unsubtly too, as many times as you've used my first name. Do you really want to ask me out just one time? Don't be ridiculous. Of course I was going to ask you out a bunch of times. As long as you say yes, I'll keep inviting you. So, does this mean you're saying yes? It does, right? Oh man, this is great. I'm so glad I finally worked up the courage to ask. Hey, come on. Stop pumping your fist and get back to work. Look, they're outside the gate right now. That must be our new director, Gordolf Music, and... Huh? Who's the pink-haired lady? His secretary? Probably, yeah. There's people from the UN Inspection Committee here, too. That's sure not just a bunch of randos. Hey, where's the mic on this thing? Is this it? We're here. Someone open the gate, damn it! Yeah, alright. I gotta do this whole check-in protocol thing for maybe the first time ever. Would you hit the button to let them in once the light turns green, Sarah Jaira? Also, what would you like to eat? Got it. I'm good with anything, but Portuguese food would be nice to have again. I haven't been back home in ages. I mean, we had no way of knowing that. We had absolutely no way of knowing that. So there you have it. I was the one who opened the gate and let them in. As I look back on it, that was our last chance to stop all of this from happening. I keep dreaming about how things would be different if I just realized something was off back then. Hey, come on, there's no way you could have known. I know. We were all writing up documents, getting ready for court hearings, and Director Music's takeover was completely legal. Hell, he was tricked just like the rest of us, for that matter. So I know we were basically destined to end up here. But even so, I can't help but think about what would have happened if I hadn't hit that button. The fact is, I pushed us across that final line between this happening and not happening. And I just can't get that out of my head. Maybe I could have noticed something was off with Koyanskaya and told them the gate was acting up or something. Maybe I could have then talked to one of the higher-ups and things would have turned out differently. Maybe if things had gone differently, he would have made it onto the border too. The gate guy. And I wouldn't have broken my promise to have dinner with him. There's so many possibilities all swirling around my head. I just can't forget what happened. I mean, I'm a record keeper. I write journals for fun, and my family's lineage of memory magecraft never lets me forget anything. Oh. Well, that would explain it. That's why I can't get rid of this guild. All the time, I've got this giant ball of guilt making me wonder how things could have gone differently if I'd just been a little more careful. I've talked about this in therapy. Maybe everyone else here already knew how guilty I felt. Hell, maybe you even noticed at some point. But right now, for some reason, I got the urge to tell you myself. I wanted to apologize to your face. So please, let me say this. I know it's selfish of me, but I just have to get these words out. I'm sorry. You have nothing to apologize for. And that guilt you're carrying around, we all share it too. That's right, we all feel guilty. And as for how we can put it behind us, forget about it. Whether we should forget about it, whether we can ever make amends, well, I don't think anyone knows the answer to those questions yet. So let's go find them together. Okay. Cool. That's right. Strange person I feel like I met in a dream. Yeah, letting the guilt overwhelm me isn't going to do anyone any good. So even if I can't forget it, I can still use it for fuel, and let it drive me to do what I can, how I want. And I'm going to trust that one day, that'll be enough to finally make amends. Yep, the dialogue is getting better. It's just that 90% of what Ritsuka gets to say in the dialogue choices is just the answer to each question is both. They're both true. All the time. So your choices hardly ever mean anything. I feel like I'm forgetting something. Kind of lonely, anxious. Comma time! There you go. That's like the one time, though, Rain. Oh, how so? Go on, tell me. What did you forget? What's got you feeling lonely? Actually, I don't think I feel that way anymore. Really now? What's that all about? They said you were in a coma or something, and none of them knew why. So I thought I'd stop by to see if there were any changes in you. But you look the same as ever. Ugh, you're so boring. Why couldn't you be drowning your woes in booze, or whining about not wanting to work anymore or something? All I wanted was a golden opportunity to drag you into depravity, and you couldn't even give me that. What? What is it? Speaking of work, you shouldn't push yourself too hard. Huh? Why are you scolding me when I didn't even do anything? Did you forget that I've been boycotting my entire God of Love gig this whole time? You really don't need to tell me not to work too hard. Way ahead of you there. So don't get the wrong idea, okay? I'm only here because, well, it just worked out that way. Even so, I'm glad you're here. Are you still half asleep or something? Why would you be glad to see the Demon King of Depravity? 'Cause she's hot. Maybe you really did experience some kind of degenerative, self-destructive change. The kind just begging to be corrupted. But for now, why don't you just treat yourself a bit? Go on back to sleep if you're still drowsy.
You know what? I think I will.
God. It's funny when the game lets me finally not have to act about my yawning. Huh. What you do, remember it? It could be that the alter egos wanted to materialize. That these other personalities still exist, despite being ignored and repressed, want nothing more than to come to the forefront. Maybe the very expression of that desire is what makes alter egos what they are. Which would mean that the alter ego who longs for love, no matter how minute, is still somewhere inside the servant that created her. Baka. Yeah, that sounds like her. Baka, 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 baka. Well, that was certainly embarrassing. Now that I've analyzed Rani the 12th and determined how she came about, it is clear this incident was one of the ordeal calls that man told us about. Still, quite a surprise to see much distortion built up on the paper moon of all places. It may not have risen to the level of the 7 taboos, but if I'd been a little more diligent, maybe we could have discovered this distortion before it became a problem. As I'm meant to be the paper moon's caretaker, this has been a humbling experience. The only positive is that, despite being taken by surprise, we were still able to resolve the situation. Everything else simply demonstrates how much room we have for improvement. And thanks to my frequent use of memory partition, I can recall the whole experience clearly. In fact, I wonder if I'm the only one who does. Kama is also accustomed to existing as multiple versions of herself. I would not be surprised if she remembers too, but I think I will be merciful and not bring it up. As for Miss Elron and Sarah, I would expect their memories are subconscious at best. Still, an opportunity like this does not come along every day, so I may as well go over it as a thought experiment. We were brought into the Paper Moon's world during the first spin of the alter ego generating centrifuge. It is therefore extremely likely that Sarah was an alter ego too. But what kind of alter ego was she? Her poor condition when we first entered that world may be a hint. She was in bad enough shape that she could barely fight without help from my ether light. So, she was in suboptimal physique condition for reasons unknown, and there was a discrepancy between her mind and body. Put all this together and... now I see. Hypothesis 1. She was an alter ego who was fed up with fighting. Yes, I like that idea. In fact, I certainly hope she has such a side to her somewhere. Ideally, no human should ever want to fight more than is necessary. If she lacks that trait, then she will never be able to go back to a normal life once the fighting is over. Let us try the opposite approach. If a given person was excited about fighting, a battle for the fate of the world, and was neither hesitant nor concerned about it, that person did not have the slightest trace of a personality that would push them to avoid fighting where necessary, that person would be a berserker in human form. Something about them would have to be broken. Such a person would never be able to return to a normal life after the fighting ended. They would continue to seek bloodshed wherever they went. But fortunately, Sarah has also demonstrated the strong likelihood that she will not go down that path. That is good. That is how it should be. Well, when she used Medusa's virtual noble phantasm mystic code to fight back herself, I did also see that she was completely unafraid to stand on the front line. But the one does not cancel out the other. There are times in many people's lives when they end up loving something despite trying to avoid it. And when they fight in hope of not having to fight again. Of course, if she is willing to fight despite being sick of fighting, so long as she has sufficient reason, that is a worrying possibility unto itself. But there's probably nothing we can do here except encourage her to continue seeing a therapist. Fair enough, Desmond. Another possibility, made perhaps with the benefit of hindsight, is that she did not win the Holy Grail War. Using that as a hint, maybe it was a version of her which was not the last master of humankind, and was not responsible for the world's fate. Maybe that version of her was just an ordinary master. An alter ego who was just looking to take it easy for once. Doubt it. That one seems unlikely. Of course, ultimately, this is all just conjecture. It could simply be that she was pulled into that world because she was a master with command spells. And that she was the one exception that was never made into an alter ego at all. In that case, her poor physical condition could be chalked up as a simple reconstruction error during the import process. I think I would give that one about 50-50 odds. So we don't really know for sure. Anyway, I think that is enough, considering what happened to Sarah for the time being. Right now, I need to reflect on my own mistakes. Like the fact that I took advantage of my childhood appearance. To use that thread I threw away because it was simply too unethical to rely on. Talk about a black mark. Anyway, I suppose I failed to realize I still had these feelings. Even though I had long since come to the conclusion that I should not be their friend. I might summon Durga. I'm certainly thinking about it. This is leading up to id hard? ID what? Huh? Huh? What are y'all talking about? Even though I had long since come to the conclusion that I should not be their friend, it seems there's still a childish part of me who wants to regardless. That simply will not do. I'd better excise this memory permanently. Avenger Ordeal? What do they call it? Id? Like the psychological term? Like id, ego, superego? But despite myself, I still decided to play back just one part of it. Although this version of myself standing here never forgot what I decided my place should be. Now that I've adventured through a world where I was able to forget that place, if briefly, I thought I should reaffirm the feelings that led me to make that original decision. Okay. Still don't know how that stupid Grail got into the paper moon. Oh hey, isn't that... Om nom nom. Why? I see you're really enjoying that curry bread, Shushu. No, you can't have a bite. Baker and that super jacked new cook came up with this curry bread together. It's got a perfect balance of spice, salt, sugar, and other amazing flavors. If you want one, go get your own. What's that? You want to know what I'm reading while I snack? It's some kind of essay that just popped up in the database one day. It was a good test subject for my emergency excitation response system. Excitation. But once I used that to materialize it, I didn't have anything better to do than, well, read it. So what's it about? It's a treatise on alter egos, how they formed, the implications of their existence, that kind of thing. We have been quick to make use of this class of servants despite not understanding their greater significance or true nature. I understood it, and perhaps it is time we take a moment to reconsider that choice. I believe doing so will lead us to a greater understanding of alter egos in general, and also help us learn how to make even more effective use of their power. I know, right? Takes itself real seriously. Oh, it goes on to say this, too. Alter egos generally appear of their own accord. So be warned that unless you're using yourself as material, and you already possess an incredibly OP skill, intentionally making a new one would be both difficult and ill-advised. Well, duh. Hell, even speaking for myself, I have no idea why this... Obviously, it's because of my deep, abiding love for... Lady Yu. That's the part of this essay I agreed with the most. It says that even though alter egos are derived from fragments of the original's personality, the nature of their existence also makes it possible for them to do the things the original couldn't. In my case, if I were still my old self with all my extraneous ties and obligations, I wouldn't be able to live the dream of devoting everything to Lady Yu. Yeah, maybe you're right. I kind of get the feeling someone once said they're hollow creations with nothing of substance. But even if that's true, I don't think that's all there is to them. Even if the alter egos think of themselves as no different than walking dolls, burning their very selves for fuel, and that they wouldn't be able to do anything if they weren't made from emotions, there's no denying their purity. And there must surely be places reachable only by beings as pure as them. Oh. Since I'm one of the keenest intellectuals around here, and one of the alter egos in question, I think I'll add my own thoughts on the subject. I'm pretty sure regular people are just as capable of doing the same things as alter egos, filled with a singular focus. For example, let's say you accomplish a great feat and go down in history. Maybe the you who accomplished that wasn't the normal you, but a you who only lived to love someone else. Maybe it was a you who just wanted to protect a certain someone, even if it cost you your life. Or maybe it was a you who only cared about killing someone. My point is, maybe us alter egos are just a series of the countless moment-to-moment heroic forms everyone has within them. Or something like that. I guess that's what makes this very complicated compared to alters and servants in general, because we know servants are summoned at various stages of their life, usually by default in like their prime, when they're most famous. You know? So Angry Crazy Gilgamesh versus his caster form are two different sides or personalities of Gilgamesh in that regard, you know? So, that's interesting. But then we have stuff like Artoria and Artoria Alter. So just like regular alters are... They're not beings born entirely from a different aspect of someone, but it certainly is still a separate aspect of what's inside someone, you know? It's not like Saber Alter doesn't exist, was completely fabricated, you know, that kind of thing. So, interesting. So even though there's different terminology between alter and alter ego, they are really, really fucking similar deep down when you consider the basic idea. It's just a matter of what form they take. But if there were an aspect of Artoria that was born from specifically her alter self, how would that be any different than literally just Artoria Alter as we see her? It's kind of weird. Because we treat our alter egos like they are still the original person. It's not like we treat Shu Fu like she isn't Shu Fu. I'm not sure I get it, but I think I get it. Which is it? Oh well, it's no big deal. Like I said, I was just reading this because I didn't have anything better to do. Strange. Some old-timey jazz, chosen by who knows who, echoed quietly throughout the cafeteria. Yeah, alters are more like different paths and approaches of the whole person. So it's like, what if this person went down a different path? I guess is what you're trying to say? Maybe? Like an alter is born from the potential of somebody. That Artoria could become like her alter self if she wanted. I think I like that explanation. It feels... well, fine. If you don't think it's a what if, then whatever the fuck. I still think it's confusing, to be honest. Let's be real. Ignore real women and just play Arc Rude? Well, choices are a what if, so maybe we're just getting into semantics. But if we're talking about the potential within a servant to have gone down a different path, that is a what if to me. But yeah. It's not actually, yeah, them as if they did do that, but I don't know, it's fucking confusing. I think that's how I'm going to approach it when I go ahead and make this lore video, which I'm going to have to do. The musician was singing a heartfelt song about how, as long as you believed in them, even artificial creations and paper moons can become as real as anything else. What fucking song is this? Who's singing that? Is it original? It got me thinking, maybe in the same way sabers fight with swords, and lancers fight with spears, alter egos fight with the strength that comes from devotion to something besides themselves. Well, we'll do the lore of id when we stream id. But for now, we have Complex Breakthrough! Yeah! Give me a prize. Woo! It's the Grail. We don't know where it fucking came from. Oh wait, no we didn't. We got Torch of the Polar Star 1. What is that? Is that just another torch? Is that how we... oh, we get a Grail too! Okay. Alrighty. Alrighty. Wait, why does this say 10? Oh. Craft Essence, it's only a paper moon. Oh, what are you doing? Oh, we're getting our D rank. Okay, are you done yet? No. That'll be for us later, yes? Extra 2? What the fuck? Oh, a new class score has been. I'm like, whatever. Alright. Well, yeah, of course it's the alter ego one. Okie dokie. Well. Okay, so if I go through here, what is this? You just get to replay all the nodes for a free node. Cool. And if we look at this, is there anything important here? How much of a description do we get on the servants? Good, I can read through this for my lore. Hell yeah. Hell yeah! It should be very handy, because it includes little extra things and stuff like that. Yeah, if only all the chapters had this, yeah? It's kind of random this one did. I mean, I guess it makes sense because it's all computery and shit, but all of Chaldea is kind of computery and shit. Well, yeah, there we go. Fuck yeah. You guys were all saying that Kama has a rate-up banner. Luckily, I already have Kama. And I don't want Prince of Lanling, so... yeah, no summons for now. I'm probably gonna try Durga. I have to look through her Ascensions again, though. See how attractive I find her, which is how I do judge almost all of this. But yes, thank you guys for tuning in. Definitely subscribe to the channel if you haven't, and keep up with all the great Fate stuff. I'll also be doing more waifu files, like I said. We were talking about Zenless Zone Zero earlier. I'm also going to be doing some Honkai Star Rail, not on the stream yet, but in preparation for the Fate Grand Order collab, or Fate Stay Night collab, because I want me some Artoria and Honkai, and we'll see. I'll probably stream that once that comes out, and we'll have a good time of it. But until next time, celebrate your fandom.